The Scottish poet Robert Burns once wrote, "The best laid plans of mice and men often go awry." Now, he actually wrote it in Scots, but I'm not going to try and read it that way because it will sound ridiculous. I don't do accents. But yeah, it's been a hot minute, hasn't it? Hi out there, Flosstube. It's me, Karen from Meridian Designs. It's been a while. I did my first video back in, I want to say September, and had intended to keep going with like every 2 to 4 weeks was kind of my hope. And right after I filmed the last time, I went to Galleria. And Galleria was insane. It was wonderful. It was amazing. I've been there a few times before, but this was the best one ever. And I had intended to film a bunch of things during the show, film my room, film around the other rooms, talking to people and so forth. And I was so busy in my room, which is a great problem to have, that I just kept not getting out to do it. I think I recorded a few moments with Gary from Garon Stitchery, and then I started to take a tour of the hotel floor that we kind of occupy, and I didn't get halfway around before Jen Upton from Upton Stitches, I think is her Flosstube channel, and her Instagram and all that. She was kindly at Galleria to help me out. And she also was selling her fobs too. She also creates fobs, and her company name is Absolutely Absolutely Fabulous. You would think I wouldn't struggle with that since I was the one that actually suggested the name to her, but I think I'm getting a little senile. In any case, I was not even halfway around, just the first buzz around the floor, and she's across the way hollering at me to come back because they needed some help with, I don't know, something with charging the credit card or scanning or something like that. Long story short, I didn't get hardly anything filmed for you while I was at Galleria. And then less than 2 weeks after Galleria, I went to the Michigan Stitchers Retreat. And that is just a good old time, really, where I get to see a bunch of my best friends and hang out and stitch. But I also taught my class, the Nutty Buddies class, there, and also had all my stuff set up for sales and everything like that. But that weekend went by really quickly too. And did I record anything? No. And then shortly after Michigan Stitchers Retreat, my entire family came down with COVID. It was, I didn't get it up there and bring it back. My daughter had it first, and then we kind of went down like dominoes. That was no fun, and that kind of killed any momentum that I had. And then it was just a rough winter getting ready for holidays, Thanksgiving and then Christmas. And then I started getting sick a lot, I had a cold, then I came down with strep throat, and then I had bronchitis. It was just typhoid Mary, I swear. So it just, any momentum that I was going to have for filming my Flosstube, it just went out the window. And I apologize, but here I am trying it again. And I have a bunch of things to show you because since then was also Nashville. The Nashville Needlework Market in Cool Springs, Tennessee. It's Cool Springs. Anyway, it's a wholesale market, but that's where all your local needlework shops come to purchase from the different designers and other creators and products and that sort of thing. So I did that and have been, trying to design like crazy in the small amount of time that I've had. I think I told you last time that in addition to this job here, I also have another day job, if you will. I drive a school bus. I just started actually driving the bus last August. I was training over the summer, and now I'm driving a school bus to bring in a little extra money to the family and everything. And that takes up almost 4 hours every day. And that really whittles down my time and energy. So, trying to find that balance. Flosstube has obviously kind of gone a little bit lower on the priority list, but I'm gonna try to keep up. We'll see how it goes. So, if you see me looking down here, I have a couple of notes just to try and remember what I wanted to talk about. And I honestly don't remember everything that I talked about in my first video. So if you see me repeating something or showing something that you saw already, sorry. Again, it's going away quickly. Not working as well as it used to be. So Galleria, I'm pretty sure I showed you the class that I was doing, Nutty Buddies. It's called a Biscornu Pagode, and it was just this cute little squirrel-laden, acorn-laden, funky Biscornu. I thought the shape was so fun, and I had to do something with it, and I taught a class, and they got a little pair of fall scissors and a matching, in the kit is the stuff to make the matching scissor fob. And that went really well, and I'm looking forward to making more classes. I have ideas for Galleria. I'm going to put a pin in that and go to it later. Next Galleria. We'll talk about that in a bit. Also, and I'm pretty sure I didn't show this to you last time because it would have been a bad idea. Usually at Galleria, I participate in what's called the round robin. And that is a stitcher would purchase a session of round robin. They can purchase more than one. I think there was a total of 3 sets. And they come in, and there's usually 5 or 6 designers for each set, each class, each time, whatever you want to call it. And they get a kit from each of those designers, and then the designer gets to get up and talk for about 10 minutes and discuss whatever. They could talk about their project, talk about any important information about the project, or they can talk about baby goats. Who doesn't want to talk about baby goats? They're adorable. Have you ever seen the videos with the baby goats in the pajamas and they're jumping around? And I just love them. Oh, so cute. Anyway, my round robin this year was I did a little pillow, and it's called Festive Candy Cane, and this is it. So everybody, and forgive me for looking ridiculous here so I can see what I'm doing. Everybody got a kit that had the black, I think it's 16 count Aida, and then the backing, it's nice flannel. And they got all the flosses and the beads and a piece of, this is some Dinky Dyes silk ribbon. And that's the really unusual part about it too, is that it has this funky silk ribbon in there, and the instructions, you know, talk about how to put that in. It's really easy. And I was really happy with how this turned out. And my dear friend Emily, she did the model for me. Emily prefers to stitch on Aida mostly, and I don't usually do my models on Aida. I usually do them on linen or Lugana or Joplin. But Emily really wanted a model, and I really wanted to do one for her. And I thought this was the perfect opportunity because I wanted this on black so that the design really popped, and it didn't have to then be a hand-dyed fabric. And I sent this one to Emily, and she did a fabulous, fabulous job. Look at all those little like long stitches or back stitches for the greenery around there. She did a wonderful job. Thank you, Emily. And I'm glad I was able to find something to do on Aida so that she could have an opportunity. All my best friends, they're wonderful model stitchers. I'm lucky to have really, really good friends that are really, really good model stitchers. And Emily is too, so thanks, Em. This one I do not have on my website at this point. I have to redo the chart so that it's not done as a kit, because I don't think I'm planning to kit up a whole bunch of these. I already did 60 or 70 or whatever it was that we sold at Galleria, but I will eventually end up selling this as a chart. I just have to redo the layout and the materials list and that kind of thing, so that y'all could just buy it as is. Water. Speaking of best laid plans, right before I started filming, I took a sip of water because my mouth was dry. And of course, it went down the wrong pipe, and I start coughing like I'm going to die. And then it makes me sneeze sometimes when I cough. So I cough, 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 and then I sneeze, and I'm like, this is just doomed. This is doomed. But I'm better now. Let's see, what else from Galleria? Oh, I can't remember. I have a lot of pets. I have one dog and 3 cats. My house is chaos. And of course, one of them is I'm in my dining room today. I'm not up in my office locked away where it's less noisy and, fewer beasts around and that sort of thing, because my husband's up there working. So the cat is on the table right now, and she's chewing on plastic. Bless her heart. So I apologize for all the chaos that is likely going to happen during this filming. There'll probably be neighbors going by, the dog will start barking, the phone will ring, one of the kids will do something. Fortunately, they're upstairs right now, but I know my son is up there gaming, and he's talking in his headset to the other people playing the game. So if you hear anything, that might be him. And also this, I don't know why, but anytime I put my hands on the table, it seems to shake everything. So if the video is a little shaky, so is my brain. It's okay. I can't remember if I showed you these in my last video or not prior to Galleria. I probably did. I don't know if I had them framed or not at that point. But these are the new releases that I had for Galleria, came out right then. This one is, and I hope this video comes out not backwards, because when I'm looking in the monitor is backwards, but it'll probably be okay on playback. Anyway, this is called Foul Language. May have seen it before. Fluent in foul language. Chickens are fun. Chickens are very funny. They've got a lot of attitude. My bestie Lori, she loves chickens, and she stitched this model for me. This is a funny story about this one. After I published it, I had a lady that messaged me through my website, and she starts out the conversation by telling me that I am promoting the use of curse words with something like that, to the corrupting the children or something, and that I was disgusting. This is how she starts out this message to me. That was a fun conversation. I had no patience for that kind of nonsense, because you won't hear me in these videos doing it, but I can cuss like a sailor. I can use the F word as a comma, and I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable with that. A lot of people are. If you aren't, I'm sorry, but this is who I am. This is what I do, and nobody's going to change me, and I'm not going to change my designs or take out my designs for some random lady who's offended and thinks I'm, bringing down the raising of the children in this world by saying foul, Fowl, language with a picture of chickens. It's not even swearing. It was fun. I let her have it. No patience for that. Get a life and go bother somebody else. I'm not ruining the world with my little cross stitch. I mean, have you seen some of the cross stitch stuff on Instagram? I mean, I usually enjoy it. I think it's very funny, but it's not for everybody, obviously. She doesn't need to buy this. It's fine. Get over it. There was also What the Clock, which, in my opinion, would have been the racier of the two designs to, I actually entitled this one WTC, WTF, WTC, What the Clock. Look at that ridiculous chicken. I mean, he is having a day. I think I showed you guys these, maybe before they were framed, maybe not. I don't remember. And also came out right around that same time. I think I sold these actually at the Needlework Expo, the online wholesale market. But we're talking like probably less than 2 weeks before Galleria. I went Expo, then Galleria, then Michigan, and then COVID. Oh, my life is a zoo. This one is Keep Looking Up. My friends love dinosaurs, and we wanted to do something funny, and I talked about this with Lori and Jennifer and Emily and Kenny, and I was so happy to be able to do this. It came out so well. The background trees and the ground at the tree line are done in two different kinds of dinky dye silks. They're all done in half stitches, which gives them this more I don't know, misty look, whatever. You could definitely tell it's like background and everything. And I think it gave it a really, really nice depth. Um, this guy here is so funny when we put the question marks and so forth over his head. Um, Lori has a name for him. Um, it's spelled DAFUQ. I'll let you figure that out. And because look at him, it's like he's looking at that comment. And we just have a good time with that. Lori did stitch this model for me, and it's as amazing as she ever does. I love that T-Rex there. To me, it feels like he's kind of going, "Hey, hey, we're having a good time." And then he sees the comment, and he's like, "What's that?" Anyway, this is called Keep Looking Up. Uh, when you're having a bad day or a bad winter or when you have COVID, gotta keep looking up. It'll get better. Those are on my website now. Some of the things I'm going to show you are not on the website yet. It's farther down the road. We'll talk about that in a minute. So let's see. After Galleria, I said was the Michigan Stitchers Retreat. Every time that I've gone there, I have done a design, usually a full design that I give to the attendees for free, and then I sell them on my website and to the shops and so forth. Dry mouth, give me a minute. Okay, so this last one, I usually do something based on the theme of the retreat, and I want to say the theme the last year was Enchanted Forest, I think. And so for that one, I did, and I know I couldn't have showed this to you last time because it was supposed to be a surprise. This is Forest Pixie, and she's just this cute little fairy sitting on her toadstools, contemplating toadstools, contemplating the forest. She has a ton of Krynic in her. And I was really happy how she came out. She has a sweet little face, and I love how the toadstools came out. They're so cute. And she has these blingy fun wings, some crystals on there. And that's Forest Pixie. And she's out on the website now too. Oh, let's see. What else to talk about? Could talk about Nashville. First of all, I will tell you I did a freebie that most of the shops that came into my room got a copy of the freebie, and they should have been, in theory, distributing them to you in their shops. But not every shop came into my room and got a copy of this. So I will be putting this on my website soon, hopefully in the next couple days. It's a freebie. It's called For Peep's Sake. And I don't have a model of it because it was freebie, but both Lori and Jennifer stitched one for themselves. And when I go into editing for this, I am going to pop up the pictures of them. I'm shaking the camera again, sorry. I'll here or here, I don't know where it's going to go yet, but I will pop up a picture of each of theirs. And Lori had hers finished into a cute little pillow. And I was really happy with how that turned out. It's so cute. It was just a little something that popped in my head, and I whipped it up a couple weeks before Nashville. So the designs that came out at Nashville, I had 4 of them. That was actually a smaller amount than I usually do, but it was a rough winter. I've said it before. Let's see. So the first one is called More Pancakes. Who doesn't want more pancakes? I want more pancakes. I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten for a while. I want some pancakes. But my favorite pancake topping, wait, it says, what is it? My favorite pancake topping is, it's backwards to me. I'm sorry. I'm reading it backwards. My favorite pancake topping is 2 more pancakes. Doesn't that make sense? Yes. Put anything else on it too. That's fine. That's great. But start with 2 more pancakes. I just love it. Look at that sunflower. I did a sunflower because Emily loves them. And sunflowers are not my favorite flower, but they do come out really cute in pictures and stuff. And Emily loves them. So there it is. And I was really happy how that came out. So that's called More Pancakes. Everybody needs more pancakes, right? After that, I did something called Bitty Bites. Now, this is the first model that I've ever had done on 40 count. I can't see 40 count, but I wanted this to be small enough size-wise to just look really detailed but small. I can't stitch on 40 count, but Kenny from Kenny Stitches, he can. And he did this for me. This is Bitty Bites. I sense a theme. Apparently, I design a lot of food. I've done cupcakes, done a bunch of cupcakes, like 6 of them, and pancakes, and Bitty Bites. And here's all kinds of yummy, tasty, sweet things. Which one is your favorite? Mine are the cannolis, personally. I love cannolis. I want a cannoli. I had originally wanted to do, for displaying and for the pictures and all that, one of the squares by itself, just a little, so you could easily break these out, just do one of them or whatever instead of the whole piece, or in addition to the whole piece. Would be kind of big for a scissor fob, but just a little cute thing, or on a little pillow or something. But Kenny was the only one who could do 40 count at the time, and I can't do 40 count. So it didn't get done. But that's okay. You can use your imagination. You could break each one out into an individual little pillow or whatever you want to do. But I loved it. I was very happy with how it came out. And everybody complains because it makes them hungry to look at it. So, too bad. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Also came out at Nashville. This was my Nashville exclusive, and I sold it as a chart with a finishing kit. So the finishing kit included the regular cotton fabrics that go on the back and so forth, and the Lady Dot Creates trims. This is called American Pie. Because what's more American than apple pie, right? American is apple pie. So the kit included all the rickrack and all the pom-pom trims and the different fabrics and the backing fabric. It didn't include the stitching fabric so that you could kind of pick, whatever you want to stitch it on. It was a Nashville exclusive, and I only made 100 of them. I do still have a few left. They didn't sell out completely. I have a few left. I'll be putting them up on the website. And I'm undecided yet if somewhere down the road I'm going to release the chart just by itself. What do you think? I don't know if I'm going to invest in doing a whole bunch more kits. We'll see. Probably not, though. But I'm going to put this and the others up on the website maybe tomorrow. We're on spring break right now, so I've got a couple more days. I might have time to do it tomorrow, so hopefully soon they will be up on the website, and I have a few more of these kits left, so get them while they're hot. And the last new release at Nashville that I had was another of my curvy mermaids. This is the third one in the series, and this is Juliana, the Caribbean Sea Mermaid. Her frame is huge. I wanted to show off the fabulous fabric. I'll talk about under the sea fabrics in a minute, but this is Juliana, and she has her little seahorse friends, her little seahorse family. And she is bling-a-ding-ding-ding. She has a ton of beads on her tail. We've got beads in the coral. These guys are all beaded. She's got crystals in her tail and in her hair. And she's fabulous. She has some dinky dyes. Some of the colors in her tail and in her little frill here are dinky dyes. And there's one that's in the purple coral down here. And she's fabulous. I mean, come on, look at her. She's fantastic. This one was stitched by my friend Carrie Babbitt, and she did an amazing job. Beautiful stitches. This fabric is, I'm not going to be able to pronounce it right. It's from Mythology. Amphitrite, something like that. And it is from Under the Sea Fabrics. As you get to know me, you will notice that 95% of my models are done on Under the Sea Fabrics. I love Leslie. She and I were friends before she really got to doing that professionally, and now she has a shop. So she's got a shop down in San Antonio, Texas, and she does the dyeing there, and it's amazing, and I love her fabrics, and so I use that. She helped get me into, I know I told you this story. I know I did. She helped get me into designing. She convinced me to start doing that. But most of my stuff is on Under the Sea Fabrics. That one's fabulous. They're all fabulous. Let's see. Thinking about where I want to go next. So stuff that's upcoming. Yes, I'm still working on Murdoch. He's the merman that I told you about last time. He is much farther along than he was when I talked to you last. Um, I've added in the basic part of his tail, and he just needs more detail there. And I've started adding in a spear and some bling, and oh yeah, he's got kind of a, I don't know what to call it. It's not a frill. It's not frilly. It's like spiky, but it's got lots of great colors and everything. So I don't want to say he's almost done, but he's probably 75% done. I have to do some more work on him. I want to add more detail. I want him to be the most amazing he can be. And then I want to get him to a model stitcher. I still have to pick out fabric and all that too. Um, but I'm hoping that he's going to be ready for Galleria this year. Speaking of Galleria, there had been rumors that there wasn't going to be a Galleria. Details had not come out yet. My understanding is there were some issues with the contract at the hotel, and the person who puts it on um, owned a shop that was here in Illinois, and she, since the last Galleria, has moved to Florida. And it was like, oh no, there's not going to be a Galleria this year. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? That's my big event for the year. But it was just announced like a week ago that yes, for sure it's happening, and started. I sent in my registration and all that, so it's still happening in September, and now I have to step on it and get everything ready for Galleria. So I'm hoping that Murdoch is going to come out for that. Um, I was working on a design and I was stitching the model myself. I'm telling you, this is the last time. I am not a model stitcher. I hardly ever stitch anymore. I don't often have the time or the energy. And when I do, my stitching is just not as good as my friends. But I had been trying to get this one done for Nashville. And that obviously did not work out. I ran out of time. But I'm working on another Biscornu. Surprise. It seems to be a thing with me now. But I love these little shape things, so I'm having fun with them. I'm working on another Biscornu, and it's called Owl Always Love You. Guess what? It's got owls on it. So I thought I'd show you the whip. No need to make it a surprise or anything. So this is what's going to be the top of the Biscornu. Hopefully you can see this. It's going to have another one just like this one. It's going to be up in that corner. And then on the bottom, there's going to be more hearts and everything. And the words in a circle, I will always love you. So what do you think of that? I think it's cute. A little different. I like to do creatures. It seems to be something that I'm better at than I thought I would be. I didn't know I was good at doing creatures, but here we are. Let's see. I did just do, and I didn't bring it over here. I did a design for the Black Needle Society. They reached out to me at, I can't remember if it was a Nashville or a Galleria. Met them a few times. We'd been talking about doing something for a box, and then they got back to me again. I want to say it was Nashville last year, and said, yeah, we changed the idea of what we are going to do for the box. I was originally going to do bikini. But they said, how about um, we're going to do a box which theme is cozy kitchen. And I was doing all these cupcakes at the time. Again, food. And I did a cupcake for their box. And I don't have it right here. So I am going to pause and I'm going to go get it. And I'll be right back. I'm back. Did you miss me? Um, I did a cupcake for the Black Needle Society January box, which was Cozy Kitchen. And there goes the cat chewing plastic again. My cupcake was called Strawberries and Cream. And I did a really realistic looking cupcake with all these really yummy, juicy looking strawberries, and the seeds on them are little beads. Stop it! Stop it! Stupid cat. And a nice creamy frosting with like a strawberry jam underneath it. And how delicious is that? They also, in their box, they got these horn books. It's nice red horn book, and they had one sent to me so I could finish it for the model. And it's really nice thick wood, and it was pre-finished and everything, and went just right. It was an exclusive for the Black Needle Society, so it's going to be a long time before I consider releasing it. But they do still have some. In the Black Needle Society, they have a vault. They call it a vault. And some of the things that they have that they did not, sell in boxes, they have some extra copies. And so you can get the chart there, and you can get the horn book there too. So if you're interested, it's Strawberries and Cream, and it's in the Black Needle Society vault. So that was fun. I had a good time doing that for them. Let's see, what else? Speaking of boxes, I did do a design that I cannot show you at this point. It is for a box for Under the Sea Fabrics, and they're coming out, I want to say it comes out in May or June, and the theme is mermaids. She's doing a mermaid box, Under the Sea Fabrics. Surprise, mermaids! So I did a design. I can't tell you what it is. I can't tell you what fabric it's on. I'll tell you a hint. It's a fabric exclusively for this, and it's beautiful. And I'm really excited about it. The model just got finished, and I received it today from Lori. Lori stitched the model for me. I talk about Lori a lot. Lori's my bestie, and she's also one of my most relied upon fabulous model stitchers. And she started, God bless her, she started a Flosstube recently, like 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. And that little overachiever has been doing a Flosstube religiously every single week. Makes me look like such a poser. Oh, bless her heart. Go check out her Flosstube. She's a lot of fun. She has cats too, crazy cats, and she has a lot of adult kids. I'll let her tell you about that. But her Flosstube channel is called Cross Stitch Cats and Chaos. Cross Stitch Cats and Chaos. And she's funny. She and I cackle together all the time, so I always laugh at her. So go check her out. And she talks about the stuff that she's doing for me as well as other people she's model stitching for. I mean, as can't really tell you about the models too much. I can't tell you about the model that I'm doing for this box because it's a surprise for the box. But it's exciting. And she did a great job. And she did it really fast too. So thank goodness for Lori. Go check her out. So I did that. Let's see. Dry mouth. Do you like flamingos? I have some friends that are kind of obsessed with flamingos, and I was looking for ideas and came up with something really fun. I don't have anything to show you on it yet, but it's called Flamingo Row, and it's seasonal. So there will be 4 pieces, one for each season, and each one has 4 flamingos doing different things. And it's going to be a long, narrow piece. And I'm really excited about it. I'm pretty much done with the design. I may tweak a little piece here or there, but I think it's pretty much done. I'm in the stage now where I have to pick out all the fabrics for it and get the flosses together and talk to all my model stitchers and say, who wants this? I think I'm going to do, I'm going to have each one done twice because I will finish it into a long flat piece, but I think I'm also going to try doing each one as a drum too. What do you think? Do you like doing drums? I haven't done one yet, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. So I have to get all that stuff in line and get it off to model stitchers and everything, and hopefully it'll be out again for Galleria. I can show you, I think I'm going to do the autumn one on this fabric. This was a monthly, this was a monthly fabric from Under the Sea, and it's called Ceres, Ceres, Ceres. I think I'm going to do the autumn flamingos on this. It is a really cool kind of mix of tan and almost black. Now it's, obviously on the camera it's going to be a little bit washed out, but the black is, when you inspect it closely, it's actually a blue. But it is so cool. Can you imagine flamingo colors on this? Just like bam. But also spooky flamingos. Does that make any sense? Autumn, Halloween, spooky flamingos on this fabric. I think it's going to be great. So, cross your fingers. Hopefully you'll see that at the end of summer or something like that. Also, for fall, spooky, that sort of thing, I just did this design yesterday. It was one of those that just boom, boom, boom. It just happened. It just kind of came out, and it's pretty much done. I do want to go back and tweak a few things, maybe add a little bit more detail, a little back stitching or something to a few things, but I just did a new design, Halloween themed, and I don't know if you've seen it or not, but I had a it's called Christmas at the Beach triptych. And what a triptych is a picture that's in 3 panels. And that's what I did for this Christmas at the beach. They are each on a sled. one of the big, these are the big sleds, not the itty bitty little sleds, but these are the bigger ones. And, you can put them each on an ornament and hang them or whatever, or you can do it all as one picture, which is kind of the part of the fun of the triptych thing. But I've done a triptych for Halloween, and so far it's called Spooky Triptych. I know I'm not always the best with naming things, kind of obvious or whatever. If you can think of another name, let me know in the comments, and I'll give that an idea. But this one's going to be a lot of fun. It's spooky. There's going to be glow in the dark Krynic, um, braid and or blending filaments, one or the other or both. Ghosts, tombstones, spooky tree, an owl, really big moon. It's going to be great. I'm really excited about it. And it was one of those that just flowed. It just, boom, it just popped into the computer and I just had to make it so. So I'm excited about that. And again, at the end of the summer at Galleria, hopefully that's when that'll be out too. What else? I've also got something that is at the model stitcher now. Jen Upton from Upton Stitches. She's working on a set of biscornus for me. And I've called these biscornus Tonal Tango. Tonal, Tonal Tango. And the purpose of these was to use some beautiful variegated hand-dyed silk floss. I love dinky dyes. I use them in a lot of things, but I wanted to really highlight the dinky dyes. And so each one of these things, and yes, they are biscornus again. I can't help it. I'm kind of in a groove with those. But there's 3 of them, and they each feature just a single dinky dyes variegated silk. And so it really, really highlights them. And then you can use it where you can go and you can pick your favorite variegated thread and do it with that. It doesn't have to be specifically the one that I picked, although I'll be honest, I'm seeing the model and it's like, I'm so happy with how they're coming out. And so it'll be 3 different biscornus, and they're kind of, I can't even call them monochromatic though, because these flosses have 3, 4, 5, 6 different colors in them in one strand of floss, and it just looks amazing. And they've each got a little sprinkling of beads on there too, so they're going to be fabulous. And hopefully end of summer too. I don't know, these she's doing them pretty quickly. We'll see when they get out. Maybe if things are done a little earlier, I can release them earlier. What do you think? For the most part, I've been kind of doing my releases based on events, but are you looking for releases just at any time of the year, or do you like to kind of save up and do them at the big times? Tell me, what do you think? So I'm excited about that. The Tonal Tango pieces, those are going to be great. For those of you that have seen this before, I'm sorry to show you the back there. I had a bikini that came out a long time ago, and at the time it was just a limited edition. Part of the reason it was a limited edition is because the charms were hard to find, but I have found some more similar ones, And I have now released this as a regular design, so it's on my website. This is The Doctor Is In, and if you know, you know. The charm, the sonic screwdriver, that was hard to find for a while. But I did recently find some. They are sonic screwdrivers, but they're smaller. So it's a little less intrusive too than this one. But it says police box, public call, and this is a certain sci-fi theme. And like I said, if you know, you know, but they're not gone anymore. They're now available. So go look on the website if you want one. Oh, what else? Actual stitching, like stitching for me doesn't happen much. But this year I wanted to, my friends were all getting into the idea of doing these temperature chart designs. You've probably heard of them. You may be doing one yourself. But so I wanted to get in on the fun, and I picked out a simple temperature chart design, and I started on it, and started in January. And this one is the tree, and it's got leaves. Each leaf represents a different high temperature of the day here in Northern Illinois. If I mentioned this before. I'm in Northern Illinois. I'm in the far, far west Chicago suburbs. I'm about 2 hours west of Chicago. And it gets cold here, and it gets hot in the summer and humid, and we get all the weather. So I started in January, and it's now the end of March. So you can see I did not get to doing this very religiously. I thought, oh, it should be easy. All I got to do is like a few little stitches a day. You can see how far I got with that. Who knows? Maybe I'll get back to it. At Nashville, in the little bit of time that I was there, able to get around to other rooms, I stopped, met some, mostly people that I'd met before, but got to do a little more talking. And I thought I'd just show off a couple things. Quite sealed nicely. I stopped in the Forbidden Fiber room, and I am blanking on her name. Oh no. Oh, I didn't write it down either. I'm sorry. If you're from Forbidden Fiber and you're watching this, I am just having a brain fart moment and blanking on your name. But she's really nice, and she gave me a sample of all of her floss colors, or almost all of them, I'm not sure, but it's a lot. And they're gorgeous. Look at these. Look at how beautiful and saturated these are. Look at that color. And it's getting washed out on my monitor, but man, in person, it's like, wow. I like bright colors. I design with a lot of bright colors. I like bright colors. Speaking of bright colors, I had gotten, let me back that up and reword this. At Nashville last year, I met, oh my goodness, what is her name? Brandy from Bestitch Me. And I went into her room, and I loved her fabric, loved the colors. There was one color in particular that I just kind of went nuts over. Before the end of the show, she stopped in while I was out of the room, and she just dropped off the piece of fabric. because I loved it so much. This is called Punch. And man, this monitor is just washing it all out. It is so vibrant. Sorry. Oh, dry. Winter, when will you end? I wish the monitor was not washing this out so much because this pink is amazing. What am I going to do about this monitor? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's not going to show up real well, but let's see if I can. It still looks like it's washing it out. Darn. Well, okay. Just imagine this, but much brighter. Yeah. So she gave me this piece of fabric, and I've been trying to figure out what to design on it because it's so gorgeous, and I love it so much, and it looks like a smoothie. Looks like a fruit smoothie. So fast forward to this here Nashville, and I had an idea. I had also met the lovely lady, Susan, I think. Susan from Treenway Silks. And I'd met her last year, and I went back in this year and started talking to her again. And I said, I'll tell you what, let's pick out some colors, and I'll do a design with these colors. I'll figure it out. And so she and I worked together and picked out these colors. And again, not gonna show nearly as vibrant and saturated as they are in this picture, but they are gorgeous. Gorgeous. They're gorgeous. And I thought, why don't I do something on this fabric with these colors? Except now, for the life of me, I'm kind of stumped. I could do flowers, but if I want to keep them, small and cute, they end up being very simple flowers. Ice cream, maybe? So I'm going to throw it to you. What do you think? When you see these colors and you see this fabric, what comes to your mind? Let's brainstorm. Let's come up with a project together. Tell me what you think. I would appreciate it. And then I'll hopefully spark something and I'll run with it. So, I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say. And I'm looking at my list, and I think that's about it. Oh, here's another thing I picked up in at Nashville. I went in to see Sulky. I had done a piece a couple Nashvilles ago that we were using Sulky threads for this group project kind of thing. And I really liked working with them because I stitched the model for that one. I'm not doing any more model stitching. When those owls are done, I swear, that's it. No more model stitching for me. I make myself so mad when I do it. Anyway, I went into Sulky. I picked up some threads of theirs, and I really, really love them. And I'm looking forward to doing some more things with Sulky threads. Do you like Sulky threads? Do you like working with them? Have you tried them? I got a few of these different sets, and I'm sorry if it doesn't show up well. I seem to be leaning towards these variegated ones. I don't know why. I'm kind of a slut for variegated threads, I guess. because they've got so much interest. So many interesting bits about them. So I am looking forward to playing with these silky threads. Oh, I don't have them here right now, but I got a couple of spools of white filaine silky thread, and they said they're great. You can brush them and then they get fuzzy so that I don't have to use Whisper. I don't like Whisper. I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent here, on a little rant. I don't use anything anymore from Rainbow Gallery because, and you probably are familiar with this, but maybe not, Rainbow Gallery only sells to brick and mortar shops. They don't sell to any online shops, and they don't really sell to designers. I had wanted to do a project for which I was going to do a kit, and I was going to use Rainbow Gallery threads in it, and I called them up and asked them to if I could purchase these at wholesale for these kits, and they refused. They were like, "Are you a brick and mortar shop?" "No, I'm a designer. I'm trying to use your product and design and sell kits to people and so forth." And they wanted nothing to do with me, and so I want nothing to do with them. But Whisper is its own thing, and yeah, they're pretty. It's pretty when you get the little fuzzy ones in there. But Sulky has it now. Sulky has filaine, and it brushes, and it looks really pretty. I saw some of the samples that they had there, so I can now do things with fuzzy looking thread. And it doesn't, it looks like it's really smooth when you're stitching with it. So it's not like all fuzzed up already like Whisper. It's smooth, and then you brush it and it fuzzes up. And that's exciting. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but it'll come to me eventually. So what are y'all working on? What are you doing? What are you enjoying right now? Did you pick up stuff from Nashville? Did you get any of my stuff? If not, do you want any of my stuff? It's going to be on the website real soon. I think that's it. I've been talking your ear off for over an hour. Sorry. But I had a good time, and I'll be back. I can't tell you when because life happens a lot, but hopefully not as long as this last time. I will see you again later. Hugs and stitches. Bye-bye.